As we end 2022 and look forward to the new year, I wanted to go through my watch resolutions for 2023. 2022 is a year where I added watches to my collection. I've done a state of the collection review and I'll link that video in the description below. My first resolution is to determine which of my luxury watches becomes my daily wearer. I'm down to two choices here. My IWC Mark 18 edition Le Petit Prince or my Tudor Black Bay 58 925. That's the sterling silver version. I acquired the IWC in December of 2021 and I acquired the Tudor a month ago in 2022. On specifications alone, you would think the Tudor has this one. For instance, the movement's an in-house movement on the Tudor with about 70 hours of power reserve. The IWC is just north of 40 hours in the Mark 18. The Tudor is a dive watch and it has a 200 meter depth water rating, whereas the IWC has a 60 meter depth water rating. Finally, the Tudor is made of sterling silver, which is a beautiful material to see on this watch in person. Pictures do not do this watch justice at all when you look at that shine and the warmth of the entire watch with sterling silver. That being said, however, IWC to me is one of the coolest brands in the business. I often liken this brand to Jaguar cars. They are the perennial underdog when competing against other cars in the luxury segment, similar to IWC in watches. You can't help but root for the underdog in this case. The IWC does have its own redeeming points. Firstly, the beauty of that beautiful sunburst blue dial. The second is the legibility of the watch. It's a very easy watch to read. So it's not a foregone conclusion that my answer will be the Tudor. That being said, I'm not sure I'm going to sell the watch that doesn't make the cut. I do like both of these watches. Second, the watch market's depressed, especially if the Tudor wins. IWCs have a hard time holding value to which I would get enough of a return or minimize my loss out of it. So perhaps both of these will stay in my collection. The next is new watches. I've got my eye on a couple of pieces. The first is the Cartier Tank, either the automatic or that SolarBeat movement that has me really intrigued. The second is the Patek Philippe Calatrava 5226. I do like Calatravas, as the 5196 is the pinnacle of my collection today. I'm really intrigued with Patek modernizing the Calatrava with the 5226 model. The next resolution I have is not to buy a watch just on specification alone. Recently, I bought this Citizen, the NP4080, and on a specification to dollar basis, this watch is an absolute monster. However, the aesthetic of this watch, being that it pays homage to so many other watches, just does not come together, and I'm not sure how much time this watch is going to get on my wrist. Unless I travel to areas where I'm not really sure about the safety, given the price point of this watch was under $200 before tax. The last is probably what am I going to do with the vintage watches in my collection. If you followed the channel, you'll know after my late father's passing, I acquired his watches, the pinnacle of which was his Omega DeVille. However, he did have a few beater watches like this Seiko 5. However, I recently dropped this watch along with my Casio Duro. The Casio Duro, though, survived unharmed. This watch lost an hour marker at the 10 o'clock position. I've recently ordered a watch repair kit, and when it comes, I'm going to try to fix that hour marker. Now, truth be known, I've never done anything to a watch outside of set the day date and the time. This is going to be a new experience for me, and from my perspective at least, I'm nervous about trying it, and that's why I picked this Seiko 5. While it does have some sentimental value to me, being that it was owned and worn by my late father, the watch that really has the sentimentality is his Omega DeVille. The Seiko 5 isn't a high dollar watch, first of all, and secondly, even if I completely mangle this up, I can just take it to any watchmaker down the road to put a brand new movement in there. So, those are my watch resolutions. Do let me know what your watch resolutions are for 2023 in the comments below. Finally, thank you so much for watching this channel. I've had the channel now for 18 months, and it details all the products that I have purchased. Thank you so much for your support, and I hope you're going to continue to enjoy my watch journey with me. Have a great new year.